Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel and episode 3 of Showmatch Sunday. So today we're taking on Julius from Beamdog. Now Julius is the community and social media manager at Beamdog. I'm sure everyone knows who he is. He's obviously very active in the community, in the Discord and everything like that. And also he's an extremely strong player. This is his profile from Season 7. He came top 10 with Allies last season. And also came very close to top 10 with Axis. He was ranked 17 by the end, so a very tough player. And also, this is worth noting, a very interesting fact, Jan, who I'm sure you all know is pretty much the best player in this game, he's only had one loss in the past 2 seasons, and that one loss was to Julius. So Julius managed to actually beat him. Julius was playing as the Allies, and Jan was playing as Axis. And that's Jan's only loss in 2 seasons, and so yeah, I think that shows Julius's quality if he's able to beat Jan, who at this point has become pretty much untouchable in the game. I think he seems to have perfected the game on both sides. But for Julius to get a win, that was quite impressive. So yeah, I know I'm in for an extremely tough game, but again, it's not my objective to win, although I'm trying to. But it's more just a case. Trying to learn what I can from obviously a much better player. So with that said, let's jump in. Okay, welcome to round 1 against Julius, top 10 player, and obviously the member of the team at Beamdog. So I know this is going to be an extremely tough match. I did give him choice of side. He had no preference, so I decided to go for Axis. And we'll see what we can do. So again, these top 10 games I'm not expecting to win. I don't think that's a negative attitude. I think that's just a realistic attitude. But obviously, I'm going to try my absolute best and see what I can do. But so far, the top 10 games have not gone great for me. Admittedly, some bad luck. But I think just generally, obviously, as you'd expect, being outplayed pretty much every turn. So we'll see if we can at least make this game competitive. That's going to be the goal, I think. But so obviously, the 2-tank 4 infantry buy had quite a nice, for me at least, quite a nice West Russia down to 4 infantry, which means we can probably stack West Russia here. Yeah, I'm just debating. Basically, this is a bit awkward. This was quite a good, reasonable Ukraine for Julius. I'm just thinking about what to attack this with. It's going to be at least 4 infantry and a tank, and I'm thinking of risking 2 fighters just to go for this. If we lose a fighter in the initial anti-air gun rolls, which would suck, it would bring us down to about a 75% chance of victory. So it's a bit risky. This is not a comfortable battle for me at all. But we're gonna give it a go and see what we can do. It just depends on how much infantry I throw into this, because I could bring, obviously 4 is what I'd like to bring, because it would mean I'd put 9 infantry into Karelia, which gives it above 50% to hold, which is, I think, at this stage, realistic chance of avoiding a Russian attack. I think we'll try that. I think we'll just play. We'll trust the dice. We've got above, reasonable odds for both, so we'll trust the dice. As much as I don't like doing that, we will do that. It's going to mean leaving Belarusia open, but I don't think we can avoid that, because I need all 4 going in here. 4 infantry here going in here. I need all 3 going to. Well, and this guy as well, so it's 5. Yeah. In fact, can we almost split the difference here? Could we do 8 and 5? How's that look? Okay, that's 50%. So actually what we could do, I want to keep this blocked off. So it'd be 5, 8. Use this one as a blocker. Then it would be the 4 here. Okay, so it just means picking up a tank. No, that doesn't work, does it? That does not work. Oof. Never mind, we'll leave it open. We'll leave it open, it's fine. Just something we'll have to deal with. So, I think, because he had a slightly weaker opening here, I feel more comfortable going with a bomber. I want to start experimenting this, because I know a lot of the top players play with a bomber. It's something I rarely buy as generally, but I think I probably should start doing it. Maybe why the games to play around will be the games where Russia, like here, hasn't had a great West Russia, so they're short run numbers than they normally would be. So at least it feels a bit more comfortable for Germany going for a bomber in that situation. So we'll do it now, just to play around with it. So I need some practice with it. We're obviously going to aim for a stack in Northwestern to try and delay. I think the main point for this is just to obviously cause some headaches for the Allied logistics in the Atlantic. Just giving them definitely a harder time shipping around. Yeah, it's just a very useful trading item as well for land things around the place. So we'll try and deny a fleet hopefully for round 1 if we can. So yeah, 7-2 and a bomber. Let's go for it. So I will do this as well. Just fingers crossed. I feel like I've been screwed by the dice in these last 2 games against Jan and C Brown PT. So I would like some good dice. Because let's be fair, I need the good dice to have it like a realistic chance. So I say realistic chance. Very doubtful, but yeah, I think it's fair if the dice go in my favour. It makes it a better game if the dice go in my favour. So anyway, we're taking Corellia lightly. So yeah, we don't need to push anything in just yet. We can see how this battle goes. It may change our decision to stack Corellia should it go badly. So we won't commit just yet to going all in here. The 5-1 attack, because it's nice. If it goes well, it's a great way of stalling the UK fleet by. Transjordan as normal. I think that's going to be everything. This is a bit scary. I think this is the only scary battle, obviously. So fingers crossed. I think I covered all bases here. Let's do it. I see you. Oh, actually, we can't come because we've got to. I'm finish this assault first. The rules of the game. Okay, cool. So, come on, dice. Good start. Great start. Definitely Ukraine next because I'm nervous. So fingers crossed, no hits. Good. Great. Oh, that's fantastic. Whoa, that's fantastic. That's perfect. Okay, now can we see if we can get a perfect game? Perfect round, which is not going to happen unless he's in 7, but still. Okay, that's okay. Killing the destroyers, the main objective there, so that's fine. Shame we couldn't get that, but I'm not going to complain. So, last piece of the puzzle here. Shit, that's not good. Okay, that was a fantastic rollover from the... Okay, well, obviously to the cruiser casualty there. Oh. Wow. That is a fantastic opening for Germany, I have to say. That's very good. Very good. So, that was unexpected. Awesome. So, let's drop everything off. Let's do the easy things first. We will obviously stack Corellia now, because we can. Let's drop everything off we can. So we've got 9 and... Where's my missing tank? There it is. There we go. So we've got 9 and 4, which is enough to deter the attack, I think. Okay. So we have 5 fighters in Northwestern, which are safely protected by everything here. Got a bomber deploying here. We've got 3 infantry bordering Ukraine, just to trade. Nope. Nope. That's better. Something I picked up recently was putting the bomber into Italy if you are going to buy one, because it gives you the freedom to hit Egypt, sorry, with the bomber and still return it to Italy on the non-com. It's better than having it in Berlin because it can still hit CN7, which is the main objective on round 1 to buying one. But it obviously gives that flexibility to hit down here as well should we need to, so yeah. Okay, anyway, here we go. So 149, 170, great start for the Axis there, fantastic start. Got the bonus of having this sub alive as well, which is fantastic. Oh crap, I've got to make sure I put that on thing now actually. Subs retreats, perfect. Yeah, cool. Subs retreat, nice. So yeah, we've got a guaranteed 7 attack on T-Zone 7 should we want to, so I'm hoping that's going to be enough to deter the fleet drop from UK for round 1. Okay, round 1 Japan, versus Julius. So pretty normal round 1 for UK there. We have denied the fleet, which is fantastic for round 1. Always nice to see. He's dropped off some guys, or a tank, into French West Africa, which makes sense. And he's built a bomber, and that's just more unusual, I suppose. Instead of the 2 fighters, he's gone for a bomber, so interesting. And 61's dead, transports are able to hit, and yeah, lost the carrier going for 61. Okay, anyway, so back to Japan. So normal build for Japan here. We'll go for 3 transports, 3 infantry. I want to try and maybe be greedy here as much as we can. I will go for Pearl because I do prefer Pearl. I'm going to go this, I think. Let's do this one because I want to use this guy to hit Berry Asia, I think. So we'll do that. Right, let's do this one by times of transports. Battleship. We're going to need... What can hit 36? Potentially these 2 fighters should this attack fail. I'm going to go for... Let's just cancel that. Let's just do 1, 2, this. I can click the bloody fighter. Right, 1, 2, 3. I'm going to go 3 here because he's got 3 with potential for a fighter as well. So fingers crossed we can grab this. Let's do that. Let's bring the destroyer down here maybe. It should be enough. With this. So we are going fairly light here. We're attacking a lot across the board. 5 versus 2 versus. There's potential for a lot of this to go badly, I'll be honest. Anway's always scary like this. These 2 infantry seem like 4 a lot of times for Anway for some whatever reason. The rolls here, I think other people can comment on this as well. Anway seems to go badly. If one battle's going to go badly, it's Anway. Very peculiar. So we're going light to Yunnan. Yeah, this is a bit risky, but I want to try and grab everything we can. Yeah, I think that's everything. Okay. What was the 3rd thing going in here? Transport, okay. I suppose we could potentially... I want to leave the battleship here, I think. Just in case of something going terribly wrong with Pearl. You never know. It's nice to have a flexible battleship that you can move to whatever sea zone you need it in. So, yeah, we'll try this. This is a bit of an aggressive opening, but we'll try it. We'll try to hit everything at once here, so... See how we do. Good start. Okay, come on boys. Let's get some clean wins. Not good. If we can maintain 3 units though, I think we're okay. That's good. 3 units is fine because it's going to deter any attacks from here. We are leaving Kwantung open for the infantry, but just we're going to have to deal with that because I can't avoid doing that. Okay, good. Not bad. So we've got to take the fight here. Gambling there. I suppose I could have taken the subs and it casually assumed this would have hit, but that's a bit of a risk. If it didn't hit, obviously we're going to have to commit the carrier, so that's not really worth it. So I think that's probably the better way to do it. Okay, so let's knock them off 1 by 1. So far, so good. Okay, that's not so good. Okay, that's not good, but we killed it, I suppose. Could have been worse. Variation. This is a place I'd like to have 3 infantry still. Good, that's good. So the attack back there is not going to be, I don't think, desirable for Julius. Okay, Anway, the final one. The final boss. Okay, good. Oh, come on. Seriously, these infantry suck. Okay, we were very lucky there not to lose more because that was terrible. That was terrible. Okay, but overall I think that's really good though. It's really good. So, carrier, fighter. Fighter here is good. We can just put 2 on the carry here, that's fine. Let's move you back here. Battleship can... we don't need anything in 60. He's got a bomber, but that's obviously not in range. This is not in range. Nothing's in... Yeah, so we're fine to move this down somewhere here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. And by all indications so far, it looks like a KGF, which I'm hoping it is. I think, but given obviously Germany's stronger than normal start, I think a KGF is more likely, because they're leaving them to their own devices without any major pressure. I think it's going to end badly for Russia. So I'm strongly confident it's going to be a KGF. Even think before the UK move, but yeah, it looks fairly standard so far, which is nice. And it's great for me because I'm sure Julius is very competent at doing a KJF, and I'm certainly not competent, or at least I suppose experienced in defending a KJF. I'm very much, I think as probably most people know, I'm not as good at the KJF, so for me it is a better way to do it. I prefer the KJFs. Anyway, I think we look good here. Oop, no, not quite. There we go. So I think I'm fairly happy with that. 3 here is good. 3 here should just deter attack. I think what will happen is he'll take Kwantung with the Russian guy, but that couldn't have been avoided really. Everything else looks fine. Okay, he's online. So back to Julius. Okay, back for Germany 2 against Julius. So a good point he mentioned, we've been chatting behind the scenes while we're playing, and a good point he mentioned, I don't know why I left my tanks in Poland as opposed to Baltic States. I always used to put them in the Baltic States, because obviously the reason is you can pressure West Russia. I don't know when I started doing a few to... that, because I didn't even think about that really, it was just an automatic move, so I guess I'm thinking about the Caucasus maybe, but no, odd choice. So yeah, it was my first mistake as Germany. They should have been here to try and help, or try to dead zone West Russia, which I think he said I could have done. But as it stands now, we can't do that now, so I'm going to have to just move them across. Yeah, but that's fine. 11 learned. So we'll go for maximum infantry here, I think. And we'll go for 1, 2, try and trade this as lightly as possible. 1, 2. We'll have to use one plane, remove one plane from here, unfortunately. And the bomber from here. Let's blitz a tank back and forth. This sub, I think, can probably... it's half tempted to hit that, but that's just silly. I think I'll go to Season 6, because it still gives me some kind of threat against 13. Which I quite like. There's potentially 5, I'm assuming this is full. Yeah, 5 units bearing down on France here. Excuse me. And northwestern, I suppose. I'm just thinking about where to put if we're holding France or not. For combat rounds, at least, that's all I need to do, so let's just do this first. I want to try and keep this as stacked as possible, just because it obviously hampers the Allied landings, so keeping that stacked is good. Although we do have to have, obviously, one... unless we have artillery, we can use the trade. We do need to have 2 planes at least to trade these 2 back and forth, so... yeah, but that's fine. Okay, let's go with that. Fingers crossed on our trading. Good. Infantry hits, bomber doesn't. Good. Pretty sweet. So let's get these get these tanks linked to the party back into Karelia. Okay, so we've got to think about what we're going to move where here. So obviously we'll reunite the group down in Africa. Obviously I'm still going to be sitting in northwestern here. So we've got a potential 4 infantry or 4 land unit attack against this. Maybe do this. Can we stack fronts? Okay, finally decided on what to do. I was thinking about splitting our forces here and holding both fronts, and I thought I just don't think I can do it comfortably while also moving forward and, you know, pushing forward. So next turn maybe, because we'll have a lot more infantry spare here. Obviously we're dealing with the, you know, the consequences of buying a bomber round 1 as Germany. You're going to have less infantry than you normally would, obviously, around Germany itself. So next round should be better. Once we deploy a lot more infantry, we can be a bit more flexible about probably stacking fronts. But for now, we're going to give them the trade, hold Northwestern comfortably. I think it's probably the better move. So we'll do that. We don't necessarily need reinforcements to, well, a lot of reinforcements to Karelia just yet. Obviously, the Russian stack is lower than it should be, given the start they've had, and also we did kill 4 infantry taking Ukraine, which is fantastic. So that's a lot of dead Russian troops, which is what we want to see. Yeah, okay, we'll end this very long go here. So good trading here, accomplished what we needed to. Back to Julius. Okay, back for Japan 2 against Julius. So let's have a quick look at. Ooh. Okay, obviously we expected that the fleet drop round to UK. Can I? No, I can't. Don't think we can get any value from the sub either at this point, so I might have to just retreat and just keep him parked in maybe 4 to have some kind of, you know, at least there's some value up there. You can still kind of, you know, attempt to hit these kind of sea zones. But yeah, I'm not going to go for the fleet, obviously. That's a no-go. I'm curious to see what he does down here. I know when I'm commentating normally I'm thinking about opportunities to hit the fleet, but I don't think, because we know we're playing Julius and he's top 10, he's a beast, so there's going to be very, I think he'll leave me very few opportunities, I think, if any, to actually go for anything reasonable with my aircraft. So I don't expect to be left any targets, I'll be honest. And frankly, I'd rather not take up a fight against the fleet with my aircraft, because it's scary. It's like such a risky move, because obviously Germany, the air force is so precious, and to have it go against a fleet that can be rebuilt next round, it's just, yeah, it's a bit nerve wracking. So I'd rather just, you know, trade with them land trade with them where possible. But anyway, it's Japan's turn. So we're going to get straight away another transport, because we want to get up to 5, which will free up 1 to start travelling around, grabbing some land to Australia. So I'll park 1, I think, probably in 36 this round. So it gives us options to maybe head to Egypt should we want to, or just a bit more threatening that way. It can reach a few more things, but I think likelihood is we're going to go down to Australia, try and grab all this up as soon as we can, because obviously the sooner we get it, the better it is for us. It's just taking income out of our opponent's hands, which is good. So we'll do 1 transport, 7 infantry, which lines up nicely because we're going to be picking up 6 this round from Japan, and so we'll have 1 left over. Plus that will make a perfect pickup for next round. So logistically that works really nicely. We'll bank the 5 because we'll probably aim to get a complex round 3 if we can in Manchuria, but we'll see. Anyway, there we go. So I'm going to probably push all in here to Yakut, because I don't expect him to push back against this. Obviously he needs there is significant pressure against West Russia, so he can't spare fighters to go trade this, so that's safe. To be fair, likelihood is this is also safe. I think I might just push all in here. 4 and 3. I don't see him going for this. He may go for something here, but because none of the fighters are in range of this. There are no tanks for UK in range of this, so I think it's safe to move forward, to be honest. I might as well leave that as it is. I've got no real plans for this sub. Although I suppose, no, maybe not. We'll disengage. I think if I send it down to 41, we can think about some kind of harassment down here as well. Better than just leaving it here, because I know you can guarantee he's got the sub unsubmerged, so there's no point even trying that, I suppose. Let's grab. I think we'll put the tank in 63. Grab Soviet Far East, because the tank can obviously blitz through quickly. Everything's moving forward. Let's grab 1-2 here with some fighter supports and a bombardment, I think. 1, 2, yeah, that's fine as well. Grab all that. So probably the expeditionary force would be, I think, probably battleship carrier with maybe a fighter or two, I'm not sure, with a destroyer. So we'll leave the battleship carrier here to defend against what he may have. He's got a bomber, so we've got to be slightly cautious in 61. But yeah, that looks good. So attack there, good. Yeah, I just don't see him counter-attacking this. I don't see him going for any of this. Just given the situation in West Russia, I don't think you can afford to do that, to be honest. So I'm going to bank on that and just hope we don't get attacked. Yeah, that should be fine. And we'll just drop off 2 more to probably Yunnan next round as well. Why not? Throw a bomber in there as well, just for the fun of it. Well, this is safe, isn't it? I'm sure it is. This C-zone 1, 2, 3 safe. Subs not in range, just almost is, but not quite. Bomber here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, it's just no way. No way. Even if it get here in 4, which it can't, it needs 2 more to get there. That's fine. That should be safe. No bombers in range, so cool. Okay, that's good. Okay, I'm glad something hit. Nice. Okay, so 2 more here, and let's grab these guys, drop them off here, and we'll move them forward as we need to. So I'm going to just check them on subs retreat. Yeah, good. So we'll move this sub around here just to harass while we've got one available. I kind of like having... No. So move them into position. This is safe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is safe. No problem, because we're dropping a transport here, obviously. Yeah. We probably do need 2 planes here because we've got 3 defenders in Western Australia, which is kind of annoying. So it's going to be 2 infantry versus 3. But with some fire support, so fingers crossed we can get that. It would be nice in a way actually if we had the bomber free for this, but I guess the bomber's also useful for possibly even bombing Moscow itself, but trading some things around here possibly. So yeah, let's do that. Okay, looks good to me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we're all safe. Sweet, up to 38. How are we looking? 1, 4, 3 for the Allies, 1, 6, 8 for the Axis. Looking good. Japan's... I think this is probably about as efficient as this can be done for Japan. I think obviously want to be super quick off the mark if I can be, just to put Julius under as much pressure as possible, because obviously that he just have a weaker start with Russia and Germany. So if I can try and take advantage of that and jump on Moscow as fast as I can, with the Japanese forces as well, it's going to be a good thing. So okay, but for Germany 3, I can just tell because Julius is watching right now. It's like I just feel his eyes watching right here, and I know he's going to disapprove of whatever I do. To be honest, because I'm not sure what to do. This is a nice move in terms of just making things a little more awkward for me. So I'm thinking what I could do is go 3 infantry. And maybe all the planes to try and clear this. This is scary though. That's very dangerous. But that should be enough to hopefully clear this. Stack West Russia with probably some help from the Japanese planes we have spare. And then we'll have 4 units at least, plus maybe a plane. To try and hold Karelia at the same time while stacking fronts. There's a few things I want to do here. Stacking fronts is one of them though. I think we've outstayed our welcome in Northwestern now, so we need to move. I can't hit any of the fleets, so actually having these guys here at this point is just not really accomplishing too much. They're going to have to come inland to help trade. So yeah, let's just try this. God, I don't know what the best move is here. So I guess we're gonna go all in here. I think 10 units there. Let's blitz Egypt again. This I'm just debating whether to go. Possibly. Yeah, I guess that's comfortable. I want a tank here just to kind of secure this because we've got 4 ground units versus 3. I don't want to spend a tank though. Oh god. It's a little bit scary, to say the least. Oh, I wish I could have hit this, that would have been nice. That's quite a good fight. It's a really good fight actually for the sub to take, but obviously he's too strong to leave that vulnerable, unfortunately. So yeah, I think this is probably the best way. If we go, I feel like we can probably just hold Karelia, just. My only query here is whether I just actually I'm sending all the tanks to West Russia or having one come to Karelia. Sorry, to Ukraine, because Ukraine, it's dead zoned by the Russians. Obviously, they can't. They can kill this, but what I'm hoping by going to West Russia, we're at least forcing a bit of a retreat back into Russia itself. Not much of a retreat. I think he can probably quite comfortably cover. We've not got a huge force, so I think he can quite comfortably cover Russia without having to pull up at everything. But he will have to react somewhat to this. So let's do this. This is the one thing I'm really cagey about. That seems scary, to say the least. Can't wait to see Julius's comments on this. How badly he hates this move. Alright, cool. Let's do it. Let's do it. Go it all out. Ukraine first. Not messing around. Fuck me, that sucks. That sucks so badly. 2 hits, really? Fuck off. Good rolls, but still. That's bullshit. That is such bullshit. Okay, we've killed everything. Can we take the thing at least for that? No, we can't. Of course we can't. Fuck you. Dice. The dice can seriously fuck off on that one. That's bullshit. Wow, he's going to be loving that as well. 2 German planes dead for that. Wow. That was so worth it for him. So worth it. God damn. That's what we call a disaster of a round. Let's think what to do now. We've got 10. That's. I think that's fine. He's only got 1 transport in range for the UK, so they won't go first on that. There's no way they go first on that. So leave just the US with 6, 8, 10, 13, but a weaker 13. Maybe 2 more. Let's do that instead. Yeah, that was. I would have accepted 1, but 2 is just. That's brutal. That's so harsh. Alright, that looks good. We've not got anything going directly into. Well, reinforce. I can't reinforce Karelia. I can't go to the Baltic States because he'll kill it. He's looking for a target, and that's an obvious target. So can't go there. We'll just go for here and maybe just pull back with some units here if we have to. Maybe, I'm not sure. Let's do that anyway. I may have even left that too weak as well, to be fair. I've got 4 units. Fuck, that's weak as well. Why did I do that? That's a shit move. 1, 2... I can't even reinforce. Fuck. That's terrible. That's terrible. And placement from the fighter there at the end as well. That's shockingly bad. Fuck. shouldn't have put that fire there. Karelia's too weak to hold. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 versus 5 before the Americans can have a go as well with bomber fighter support. That's a shit move. Oh, disaster for round 3. We'll see what we can do. We might be down to 3 planes by the end of this round. We shall see. Okay, we're jumping back in for Japan 3. This is now post-commentary instead of live commentary. So I bought Complex and 8 Infantry this round. Just obviously trying to get up to max production for Japan. Manchurian Complex and then obviously the Kwantung one, and then we'll be maxed out. So just doing some land grabs. But I was just listening back to the Germany 3 commentary. That must be the most frustrated I've been for quite a while in this game. That was a very bad round for me. So yeah, I don't normally swear that much. I try to not swear that much because it's not great commentary if you just swearing the entire time. But yeah, I was pretty pissed off at that. It's just frustrating because I know I need good dice to beat Julius. I think it wasn't just the dice, but it was my decision making as well. I think going for that was probably a mistake anyway. The Ukraine fight, because that's what he wanted me to do. He wanted me to try and risk some planes for it, which I did, and it cost me really badly. So for him, that was just a huge win. And then just the frustration land the fighter into Karelia, just not thinking where it's going to be, threatened, was sloppy, extremely sloppy, which which really did help him out. So yeah, just not good play from me there. So I think I deserved most of what happened in Germany 3, to be honest. But anyway, just more line grabs for Japan round 3. I'm going to be probably moving slightly quicker through the rounds now. He started to build his Kazakh stack with the Allies, so obviously Japan's going to get very little value for the rest of the game, pretty much as he holds me out. It seems to be a good tactic with the high level players to go for the Kazakh stack. So yeah, we'll keep grinding away and see if we can make anything happen. Okay, on to Germany 4. So we decided to have a go at the fleet in season 3 because either way the sub's going to get killed. He's got a destroyer, that's going to be on me, this round as the US. So I may as well attack on a 2 as opposed to defending on a 1. Why not? We blitz Archangel, move into Ukraine, and just lightly take the Caucasus. I didn't think I could actually land or actually permanently take the Caucasus here. One, because it would leave my Japanese fighters exposed in West Russia, because the UK had at least 4 planes that they could have used. Actually, no, it was 6 planes. No, 7 actually. 7 planes. 7 planes that could have just wiped those fighters out, and we were already short on aircraft anyway as the Axis, due to my bad decision making in Germany 3. So we were already light, so I was a little bit more protective over my planes. So we were kind of a little bit stuck. Failed attack with the sub, as you'd expect. But yeah, we were a bit trapped with the German troops in West Russia, so we couldn't pull them out just yet. So I had to kind of just try and negotiate that, and also the odds were fairly close as well. So I kind of needed the Japanese planes there. So we decided to reinforce with German planes, and hopefully we can pull the Japanese planes out fairly quickly. But yeah, the game went downhill very, very quickly from here on out. So we're going to skip ahead after this round to a later round, and see what's happened. There we go. Skipping ahead to Germany 8. There's not been anything too decisive happen. Just a very slow bleed out and grind down of the Germans, pretty much. We've obviously slowly started to lose territory. Our ability to trade was obviously somewhat diminished by the Germany 3 loss of fighters. So yeah, just a very strong play from Julius. Just couldn't find a way back into the game, really. It was over. At this point we were losing attack power rapidly. Okay, for Japan 8. So you can see from the board here, obviously Germany, as we just saw, was in very bad trouble. The economy's been shrinking. Julius was going for the mad landing up north. Obviously he had a complex in Norway. And he did a great job of actually just preventing the Japanese from moving too far forward. He had UK troops in the north, obviously just trading off Venki. Also, he was steadily and, consistently reinforcing the Kazakh stack for the Allies, which is something that's really a thorn in my side. I've lost to it twice against Yan, because it's just so difficult to get any forward momentum with Japan if they're defending effectively. So yeah, Japan was just completely stalled out. Had real difficulty. I'm just doing this post commentary, or after the fact. I just want to see if we've got the planes left in that were helping to stack West Russia in the early game. I think we may have lost them as well. We currently have 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we lost the planes. So yeah, obviously Japan's attack power is pretty diminished at this point. So we are going to go for the Xinjiang stacker and try and dislodge these guys, but I know it's just not going to work. Because, I think whatever I do, he can just very easily counter, and I can't. The stack that's in Ukraine as well, the Russian stack, they can very easily move back to the Caucasus to dead zone. Kazakh if I was trying to get in there, or we could just stay there and dead zone the Caucasus if I made it that far. So it's just at this point, there's very little the Axis can do to actually overcome this. It's just the attack power gap is too large. The position is too strong for the Allies. They've got a commanding position across Europe, and it's just very difficult to overcome. He's also dead zoning. He's in 34, so I can't, without moving my entire fleet across, I can't really grab or attack Africa. And even if I did, it would compromise my shock slightly into Asia, which is the thing I'm trying to focus on. So yeah, there's about a 50-point deficit there on attack power. So yeah, time is almost up. And on to the final round of this game. So just want to highlight your attention to the the bottom fight in this War Diary Season 61. So basically what happened was during my J9 round, I accidentally skipped through the combat move, because when I've got hotkeys set for continue, so I press F. I've changed the hotkey now, but before it was F, and so I would spam F after the purchase phase, and I accidentally went past the combat phase. So I basically left Sichuan open, which was just super annoying. It was just really sloppy play. So basically what it meant was the Russians could then take Yunnan, and then that in turn gave a landing spot for the UK to hit my 61 fleet with fighters. So he did that obviously and destroyed my big stack of transports. I think there were 5 transports killed as well as the defenders. So at that point the game was, if it wasn't already, which it was, the game was lost. So I decided just to go for the usual thing when I'm about to lose a game. I'll go for a big battle somewhere and make it at least go down swinging in some place in the map, just to have a fight somewhere. So we decided to attack Kazakh, which is the same thing I've done against Yan twice now as well. When the battle's about to go, we're about to lose the game, go for a big battle against the Kazakh stack and see if we can make any dent in the troops. We didn't really. I'm not sure the odds of this game. It wasn't. It was no way I was going to win this fight anyway. But still, better to win on the fight than just resign straight away. But yeah, just very sloppy. That was something I've been careful about in my ranked games since. Because it's very easy when you're spamming F, which I do, to continue the game. I very quickly press F, and it's something that's happened before, not just in this game, it's happened in ranked before in the previous seasons. So it's something I have to keep an eye on, because it's very bad play. I think I just need to slow down and just play it nice and slowly. It definitely saves time pressing the F to continue, instead of having to hold the end turn button. But it's too slow for me that way. But on the flip side, I need to make sure I don't go too quickly and do what I did here, which was, make a game-ending mistake, which it was. It left the fleet completely vulnerable to 61, so yeah. I will say I was frustrated by this game. I think Julius played, obviously, as you expect, extremely well. He was just very methodical and it was just very efficient play from the ads across the board. The Kazakh stack again is my downfall, but obviously I made some glaring mistakes in this game, which is what I was frustrated by, because I think I wanted to play. I did apologise to Julius afterwards as well, because I didn't feel like I played my best. I wanted to give him a bit more of a fight, particularly after the start, because we had a good start. Germany 1 was really good, and we had Russia in a nice position, but some decision making from me was questionable. The tanks obviously not being in the Baltic states for Germany 1, to then pressure West Russia for Germany 2 was a mistake, because it obviously I pulled my foot off the gas a bit, and it enabled him to stack West Russia when he normally wouldn't have been able to, given the situation he had in the opening for Russia. That was a mistake. Going for it was a bait move in Ukraine to put a mini stat there with an anti-air gun, and I took the bait, lost 2 planes, which was harsh, admittedly, but still it was a risky attack at best from me to try and clear that with planes. So I got punished for it, and obviously then Germany was in a bit of a bad way. Losing 2 fighters for that is pretty crippling, as you want every single fighter available as Germany. And then from there on out, it was just a slow collapse of the German position in Europe. And then the final nail in the coffin was that terrible mistake to skip over a combat move as Japan, which a very crucial combat move, which enabled the fleet in 61 to get hit. So yeah, definitely not a good showing from me. So I'm not pleased with the way I played this. I think it was definitely not my best performance, and it's definitely not the level that I'm capable of. So I was a bit disappointed I couldn't bring a more close and competitive game for Julius. But on the flip side, I did actually. It was a good learning experience still for me. Julius I asked him at the start of the game to give me, just criticise me, give me points or whatever you want throughout the game, just see where I'm going wrong. Because there is no better advice than top 10 advice. That's the kind of people you want to be listening to in your games. So yeah, he was very very good with giving me feedback throughout the game and pointing out my mistakes and things I should have been doing better. So yeah, I learned a lot from this one game. So that was really good. But there we go. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed something this game. It probably wasn't the best game overall, but maybe you still picked up with something, and it was enjoyable to some extent. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you for episode 4, and it'll be against Grey Shot.